Hi, I'm Daniel Boylan, and today we're going to talk about something different. We're going to talk about the values of friendship. Has your friend been possessed and you have no clue what's been going on with him? Well, chances are you don't. My best advice is you got to be there for him.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
The first one is drinking milk.
Ay, no, con esas patas. No, sí tiene. Yo creí ya le había visto como cuatro.
Don't do it. Don't give it up.
It was June 12th, 2015, and we had a vet appointment that day to get Bella x-rayed to see how many puppies she was having. And I knew she was pregnant, but we didn't know how many babies were in there. So once we get to the vet, we saw that she was actually having 5 babies, and we were really surprised because a dog her size usually only has 2 or 3. But anyways, once we got to the house, I started freaking out because I thought that Bella was in labor because she was running all around the house, and I started Googling what I should do, and it said that a dog, when they're in labor, their temperature is 97 degrees, I think it was. So I decided to take a thermometer and take Bella's temperature, if you know what I mean. And she was exactly 97 degrees, which was the perfect temperature. So I knew she was going into labor. I started freaking out. I got the box that Bella was gonna give birth in. And sure enough, she went into the box. And before I knew it, she was just popping out these babies around 6 o'clock.
I was coming home from work, and it was my daughter Janina just called me, and I ran and I drive, and I almost fell walking in the house, and there was Bella giving birth. And I just remember when Teddy came out, it was just like a big butterball, like a big turkey, and it was very joyful. It was one of the biggest highlights, I think, second to my daughter being born. It was Teddy.
So besides Teddy, there was also Bailey, Zara, Griffin, and Peludo, who was Teddy's brother, but he sadly passed away, but we still remember him and hold him very close in our hearts.
Okay, can you talk to me about life before Teddy? How did you feel about dogs?
Mom, what's wrong with you?
Life before Teddy was just great. I just had 2 dogs, and I didn't want to have another one. But Janina and John kept insisting, oh, we'll have to keep another dog, we'll have to keep Teddy. So when we did, I just fell in love with him. Now he's my baby.
Well, before Teddy, I had always loved dogs. Ever since I was little, I wanted a dog. So that's why we got Baby when I was in 2nd grade. And then later we got Bella because I saw that Baby was getting older and I wanted him to have a companion. And the real reason was because I wanted them to have babies together to carry on Baby's legacy. He's still alive, by the way.
Life before Teddy was kind of boring. Just coming home and having nobody to hug me or kiss me, because my son doesn't do that. But Teddy has been my life, and I love Teddy.
With the wind in your hair.
I chose Teddy because he was so cute. He had like a little furry face that looked like a teddy bear, which is why I ended up naming him Teddy. But he was so cute, and I always remember when he used to drink milk, he used to have milk on his like whiskers, and I always used to take him even though my mom would yell at me not to touch them because they were too small. But when he was a little baby, I would take him and I would carry him, and he would just fall asleep, and he was just so adorable, and I knew I had to have him.
Well, Janina chose Teddy. I really didn't want him because he was the fattest one of them all. But once we kept him, he just became a part of the family, and I just love him.
I actually didn't want Teddy. I wanted the other one. I think it was Sarah that had a white chest, and Teddy was too big, too fat. I didn't want Teddy, but it turned out he was the best choice we could ever make.
Well, I got nothing to prove.
What do you remember about Teddy when he was a baby?
Most important thing, I guess, drinking so much milk. Always had his tongue out, and after he would finish drinking milk, he would just like flop on the floor and just like go to sleep and be knocked out. He was just so beautiful. So many beautiful memories of him, and I love Teddy.
So, Teddy, when he was really little, I remember he used to drink the most milk out of all his siblings. So, I had to try to stop him towards the end because he was getting really big, and I think that's why he's the biggest one. But besides that, he used to sleep a lot, and all of his siblings used to actually sleep on top of him and use him as a pillow because he was so fluffy.
Oh, my little Teddy is like my son. He sleeps with me, he watches TV with me, he follows me around. When we go away on vacation, I just miss him so much. He's my everything. I think I love him more than I love my son, John.
Life with Teddy is great. I consider him to be my son. I feel like everywhere I go in the house, if I just turn around, he's right behind me. If I go to the bathroom or take a shower, he's like either in there or just sitting outside the door. He waits for me on my bed to go to sleep. And yeah, he's great to watch TV with. I feel like he always knows when I'm happy or when I'm sad, and he's always there for me, and I'm always there for him.
Oh, life is wonderful. I just come home after I have dinner. He's waiting around. He's constantly waiting for me to go upstairs. And as soon as I go upstairs, he goes right up behind me. And he lays right next to me and he sleeps there next to me. I wake up with a bad shoulder because he takes up half the bed. And it's wonderful. I mean, I love sleeping with Teddy. It's much more wonderful and more comforting than sleeping with my wife, Janet. Thank you.
Teddy means the whole world to me, and I really don't know what I would do without Teddy.
And what have you learned from him?
Teddy has shown me unconditional love because I feel like he just loves me no matter what, and I always put this on my Snapchat. He showed me what true love is.
Can you hurry up?
Okay, sorry about that. Can you tell me about what Teddy means to you?
What he means to me, he's my world. He's my everything. I love him so much. If he would like die or something, I would just I wouldn't know what to do with myself.
Now, what have you learned from Teddy?
Teddy, he has shown me what love is. I never used to love dogs until he came into my life. And now I just love him. He's my everything.
Teddy right now means the world to me. I don't know what I could do without him. He's another child to me. He means my life. I leave in the morning, think about him. I come back thinking about him, and he means everything. And what was part two? What would it be without him?
Now, what have you learned from him?
Oh, from him, I learned so much. I learned so much about dogs. I learned how to care about him. He's more than a dog. He's human. So it's the only thing he needs is to talk. And sometimes I feel that he does talk, but I have learned so much. I've learned so much to care more about animals, and I love him more than I love my son. Thank you. Bye.
So, I've learned a lot from Teddy. I think the most important thing is that I learned the true meaning of dogs being man's best friend. Because I feel before Teddy, I never really understood what that felt like. But I can truly say that Teddy is a best friend to me. But you know, I think dogs are so important because they teach us a lot about how we should be. You know, if people were more like dogs, they would be more compassionate and they would be more selfless and they would love each other. And I feel like dogs are so important because no matter if you're going through a breakup or if you're stressed out at work or if you're just feeling alone, dogs are always there for you. And if people were more like dogs, I feel like the world would be a much better place. Thanks for watching.